How to become a millionaire in 5 years. In this video, I'm going to break that down. I'm going to talk about the blueprint, the draft, how do you have to do it, and what do you do? I have made so many millionaires, thousands of millionaires, 3 to 5 years. My fastest, 142 days. I'd love for you to beat it. So let's talk about what it takes to be a millionaire. We're going to talk about the millionaire matrix and the components of a millionaire. We're going to talk about the history, why so few people make it. We're also going to talk about what a principle called so what, now what, which you have to impose in your life. And then we're going to talk about asset allocation. If you do not start investing for compounding power of money, you will not get there. You cannot make, spend. You have to make, invest as fast as you can the minute your kids are born. So this one's a big one. Grab a pen and paper. In fact, while we're here, you should share this with everybody you want to be millionaires, in your friends, in your family. Hit the subscription button, say notification. I'm going to come back to this video, star it, highlight it. I don't care what you're going to do with it, but this one's a critical one. You need to come back to this over and over. So how do you begin? Well, in my Millionaire Maker book, I write this concept called a gap analysis. The gap analysis means where are you now, right? It's a baseline. Where are you now and where are you going? If we don't know where you are, it's like any other roadmap, right? Depending if you're like living in Nebraska and you want to go to Texas, you're going to need a map. I mean, if you head north, you're going the wrong way. You got to know where you're going. So the first thing we do with any client is we identify where you are. What's your baseline and where do you want to go? And this is what you want. Now, here's what I can tell you. 99.999% of my clients have really low goals. So where they say they are, it's pretty honest. Where they say they want to go, it's way too low. I blow that. I say 10x it, and then we're going to get there faster. Now, the only things that you focus on when you're wanting to become a 3 to 5 year millionaire is income and assets. Notice we don't talk about debt. We're not Susie Orman. We're not Dave Ramsey. You do not have to be out of debt to become a millionaire. In fact, I'm probably going to put you into good debt. You know, during these last 2 years of the pandemic, I had so many people go get those EIDL loans and get free money and take all that money. I have one gentleman, he got over $2 million. He's building, he's blowing out his surgery centers. Next to the surgery center, going to put a complete storage unit, an extra storage park for all sorts of other revenue, have an apartment complex on the side, blowing it out. Free money, 0% interest for 2 years, blowing up his entire surgical center. There is so much money available and there's so many ways to make money. So yes, he went into $2 million of debt, but once that valuation comes back, it'll probably be about an $8 to $10 million project. So some of you out there say, well, I don't know how to do that. Well, I know, but that's why I exist. So again, you're going to subscribe to my channel, be here every day. And some of you that are serious, just call our office and hire me to mentor you. Let's get this over with quickly. One of my fastest real estate millionaires, and they self-funded the whole thing. They did it in about 14 months, and they own $2.7 million worth of real estate. And they started with about 200 grand. So I know I could give you story after story after story after story. How many people are successful and it works, but you have to do the work. So there's this principle that I teach early on because right now is about that moment where all your stories and excuses are coming up. It's called so what, now what? So what happened to you? So what happened to your life? Now what are you going to do about it? Right? 1999, I became a single mom. I could have become, like a lot of single parents, a complete victim. Oh, poor me. I should move home. My mom's going to have to help me. Are you kidding? I lived in Sausalito, California, on the water. I called a mentor, 20 years my senior. I struck a $25,000 check and I said, dude, I got 9 months to become a millionaire. How am I going to do it? And he said, why 9 months? I said, I'm making a baby and I'm going to be a single mom. He said, oh my God, gap analysis. Where are you now? How much are you going to need? I said, I think I'm going to need about 40 grand. I need a great nanny. I'm not leaving here, blah, blah, blah. He said, all right, meet me in Oklahoma City tomorrow. And away we went. And we went and bought a lot of real estate. And he taught me how to do it. I cannot tell you, if you want to do this fast and efficiently and safely. Why safely? Because we have a lot of experience. This mentor that I was with that got me there in 9 months, because I was a millionaire before my son was born, he had 20 years of experience. I've got 30 years of experience. If you don't put experience on your team and you look side by side to your friends and say, oh, we should all go buy some real estate together or buy a business together and nobody has a clue, you got a big clueless pack of clueless. The chances of you winning are really low. You've got to be highly read, read the right books. You've got to be highly mentored, highly guided. It is not difficult. It's just extremely different. And if you keep asking your friends and family, they're going to keep telling you the same thing they told you your whole life. It's not going to work. Now let's go to the matrix. What are the components of becoming a millionaire? All right. And I have that here on the graphic. Number one, you have to make some money. Yeah, you can have a job, but you have to have an entrepreneur venture. You don't get to activate the tax code without it. So your company's going to make money and you get 81,000 pages of tax code. Now go up to my search bar and search for LLCs, limited partnerships, tax deductions. I have tons of videos about why that's so critical. But as you make money and your company makes money and you get deductions, you get to keep more of it. So then you have to keep your corporate compliance, and then you get a trust, and then you get a Roth IRA. So everything grows tax-free, tax-deferred in that thing. So you learn how to keep your money. Then you learn how to invest it. You don't run over to the financial houses and park and pray and say, I'm making all this money. You go do something with it. No, they are not your partner. They're just a place where they're going to make a lot of money on your money. So you have to take control and leadership. You're going to learn to invest. So here's a homework assignment. What kind of millionaire do you want to be? I was first a millionaire in real estate and gas and oil, right? So I hit 2 industries straight up on my first year. Then a couple years later, I was part of a recycled glass company and I sold that, made millions of dollars, became a millionaire in a green company. Then I was in a supplement company. I'm an author, right? Trainer, speaker, right? I love making money. Also in direct sales. So how many industries do you want to be a millionaire? And what category do you want to be a millionaire? So it's from making money to keeping money, to investing money, and you have to have a team. So I've assembled a team. I've got 28 financial experts. I am not the advisor. I'm the advocate. I'm just going to guide you, give you scenarios. I have financial folks that have all the licenses. I have lawyers. I have CPAs. I have that whole army that's going to help you. You have one integrated team here who's going to help you be a millionaire in 3 to 5 years. And believe me, the more volatile the economy, the better it is for you. Now, some of you out there say, yeah, but we got more inflation. We have higher interest rates as of just recently. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Well, I can tell you some of my greatest mentors, shockingly, never thought they would sell their big estate homes, are selling. Everything's for sale right now, folks. I mean, I've even considered selling out. So many wealthy people, believe it or not, are selling out. They're right sizing into fourplexes, into RV parks. They are just having the time of their life while their cash is fluid. They're headed to cryptocurrencies and to NFTs. It's time to move, folks. Sitting there on your couch watching just, entertainment, it's cute. Not going to be helpful. You need to be here watching education and being engaged in a new learning called financial literacy. Let me help you become a 3 to 5 year millionaire. And you're going to carry good debt. I can't get into a lot of that right now, but you have to imagine. Here's just one lesson. If you could get a loan on a piece of property for 3% right now, let's just say it's 3%, and you're going to make 30% in the entire property, why would you ever pay it off? Here's another example. I had an airplane. It's the $3 million aircraft. I put $1 million down. I financed it for 1.68. Why would I ever take $2 million to pay off 1.68 money versus take $2 million and go put it to work in another investment that I can make 10, 15, 20%? I never paid off that airplane. When I sold it, which I sold it in 2019, I sold it, paid off the loan. I took the profits all back. I can tell you there's so many things I have to teach you. You have got to sign up with me to work right now. I want you to take a quiz though, just so we see if you're even ready to. So I want you to go take my financial personality quiz. It's going to take about 30 seconds. You're going to come up in 1 of 4 categories. Then we're going to send you an application to say, now fill out this profile. And then behind that, you're going to talk to one of my lead strategists. We're going to see where you are based on your profile and based on the quiz. And we're going to put you in the right place. Here's what your money makeover really is going to consist of. You need to just go make some money. So join my marketplace. We start there. Then we start more advanced strategies. Some of you who are sitting on a lot of money, let's get it to work. Get off those lazy assets. I'll see you tomorrow.